Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Achieving Alpha and welcome back to another video. And today on the occasion of Moram, the Indian markets were quite close, but the global markets were running as usual and we saw a really good fall in almost all of the indices throughout the globe, including SGX Nifty. So SGX Nifty is down by more than 300 points at the time I'm recording this particular video. And we clearly observed a global bloodbath. And an obvious question would be that is a correction on its way because the markets have been too overheated. And you will see that from 15,900 we touched 16,700 in very few days, I would say. Yeah, not even a week, I would say. So, yes, a lot of fierce rally going on. But do remember that whenever this euphoric rally would come to an end, the bubble eventually have to burst. Now we cannot really say when it will happen, but yes, we can always look at data and try to make decisions accordingly. And also the outcome of Fed minutes, there was slightly hint given that the tapering might start. So that could be another reason. And then there are issues, of course, going in Afghanistan, which will, of course, affect Asian markets significantly. And that's what we have been seeing. So yes, let's try to analyze and see what we can infer from the data. So first of all, let me show you the global markets. You can see redness all along, and the only thing green is the volatility index, which is the S&P 500 VIX, which is up by 3%. Now the interesting thing to watch out would be that do US indices recover tonight or this fall continues. And yes, talking about SGX Nifty, so some recovery is what we have seen. So almost more than 100 points recovery from the low of roughly around 16,230. But yes, that's what we have seen. So yes, it would be important to see what sort of data do we have and what's the activity from the smart money. So yes, we'll start off with the daily time frame chart. So yes, this profit booking was quite expected because for those of you who look at the data like I do, there were almost more than 50,000 put longs from the FIS a day prior to the expiry, and that was a very clear hint. So I would have gone for puts. In fact, I did buy some puts and made some decent money, and I'm sure that those who follow data would have made money as well. And yes, this is Nifty. Although Bank Nifty was massively negative, so that's what you will see, such a big bearish engulfing candle, and you will see that the closing has in fact been below the 20 exponential moving average, and that's not a healthy closing. But yes, if this negativity continues and if SGX Nifty does not really recover, you can see a really massive gap down in Bank Nifty, subject to the condition that SGX Nifty does not recover, because there have been days like this in the past as well where we had a trading holiday. SGX Nifty had fallen up too much on our holiday, and then the next day SGX Nifty recovers and we also recover, or we basically don't open up a big gap down. So we have seen things like that. Everything will depend on the global cues and how do these turn up. Even European indices have observed a really good fall, as you can see for yourselves. And another major thing that you must pay attention to is the dollar index. So dollar index is generally inversely correlated with the markets, especially the emerging markets like India and some of the Asian markets like Hang Seng and China. But yes, you can see that again, really good fall here. Hang Seng is almost down over a 2%, and the Chinese indices and the Japanese indices, including Nikkei and Topix. So yes, there has been a very good fall overall, and that's what we have been witnessing. And in fact, crypto has been doing okay. Some of the cryptocurrencies are up, some are down, but the fall in crypto is not that intense. And another thing that the demand for the oil has been going down, and therefore Brent oil also has been sliding down. And you can see the Brent oil has been on some recent month lows for now. Yes, so that's about the overall picture that I can tell you. Let's go and have a look at the derivatives data and try to understand what's the action there. Yes, before the derivatives data, let's have a look at the option chain as well. So this is the monthly option chain for the monthly expiry. And mind you that the last two monthly expiries have been quite silent. So you can expect some good volatility, and monthly expiries are generally volatile. And the probability of an expiry being volatile when the last two monthly expiries have been silent becomes too high. But anyways, we'll see. Let's have a look at the OI. So the cumulative OI clearly is the highest on 16,500, and if at all this massive gap down occurs as we have been witnessing, then it's quite obvious that a lot of long unwinding will happen here, and these people would basically have to run for cover, so the fall could get aggravated. But yes, as of now the highest cumulative OI is on 16,500. Now since today is a holiday, unfortunately in this option chain by Sensible, you can see that the OI change is not being reflected. But anyways, and talking about the OI on the call side, so you will see that 17,000 in fact has the highest OI on the call side, but people were still afraid to write calls, and that's quite obvious. You see this kind of rally, people will definitely be afraid. Just have a look at this consecutive 4 days green candles, and then this was quite expected. I will show you why in the data, but yes, and yes, this is how it looks. Not a lot of conclusions that you can actively draw from this particular option chain because of this OI change being missing. I could go for the NSE option chain, but that is a little bit ugly, let's be honest. This is a good from a visualization perspective, and that's why I refer to this one. But anyways, let's have a look at the PCR. So the PCR is still bullish, that is 1.35, but I'm sure that if the gap down happens, then the picture will definitely reverse. The IVs are still low, I would say. Close to 10 is low because there hasn't been a lot of activity, and even after that fall, the VIX was also falling. So there was not a lot of panic. You can see that the VIX fell by roughly over 3.5%. So that's what we saw. But yes, the fall was very much expected, and it was clearly a shorting market, or it was a sell on rise market if you would have followed the data. And yes, this is about the option chain. Now let's go and analyze the data. Okay, so we'll start from the FIIs as usual. So yes, here is where you will see that there's almost about a 1.02% fall in the net long in index futures, and since the last 3 days there has been some amount of selling. Although this is almost equivalent, there's almost neutral activity here in index futures from the FIIs, but the last 3 days you have been observing that they have been reducing their net long, and it stands around 64% as of now. What's been positive is that in stock futures you will see consecutive buying for the last 7 or 8 trading sessions, and that is really positive because this was one such number which was quite low, and as of now the net position in stock futures happens to be around 55.5%. But one of the things which you should observe, which I have observed, is that when Nifty went from 15,900 to 16,700, one of the obvious things was that only the index heavyweights were being lifted to make Nifty go up, and you will still see that Bank Nifty is still struggling, but it was the index heavyweights that those were lifted, and there was very clearly you can see a case of index manipulation, and that's what we saw, right? So this was the thing which you must have paid attention to, because you must have observed that even though the market was going up, your portfolio would still have been in red. There was a high probability that this would have happened because only a handful of stocks were going up and the rest of the market was going down. There was intense selling being observed in mid cap and small cap, and even in large caps only the heavyweights observed some good buying. Anyways, so yes, index futures is negative looking at the last 3 days. Stock futures is positive now for the last 6 to 7 trading sessions. Options, let's talk about options. So let me talk about 17th first of all. So 17th, I told you that there was some huge number of put longs added compared to the put shots, and the call shots and call longs were almost equivalent. So the fall was quite evident. And had you followed the data, so you would have easily made some really good money out there. And let's talk about the expiry day. Although you should not pay a lot of attention to this because this was an expiry day and a lot of positions are being unwound. Nevertheless, we can see that on net basis, this looks like they have shorted almost 70,000 call options, 70,000 lots of call options, and almost 40,000 lots of put options. So this is what you will see on a net basis. These are the number of cumulative put longs. These are the number of cumulative call longs, which are less. But again, the number of put shots happen to be still more than the number of call shots. But if I show you the data from the pros, so that would be really interesting to watch. So yeah, let's talk about the index futures from pros first. So yes, index futures, they have been consecutively buying, and that's obvious. If the FIIs are selling, someone has to buy, and that could either be retail or the pros. So in that case, these are the pros. And again, in stock futures, they have been selling. So yes, index futures, positive numbers from pros. Long build up plus some short covering, and again here long build up plus some short covering in stock futures. So yes, in the futures, both index and stock, the pros are positive. The interesting thing is that on this particular expiry, a huge number of put shots were being unwound from the pros, and that is something which is concerning, to be honest, because if you see it on net basis, this will be almost 18,000 lots of calls sold and more than 1,19,000 lots of put spot. But again, this was an expiry and this is all unwinding, so you should not take this very seriously. And let's finally talk about the clients or the retail. So yes, here we are. And again, when the FIIs are selling in index futures, there's only pros and retail left to buy. So yes, retail are slightly positive. You can see long unwinding plus short covering, almost an equivalent fashion. But yes, this looks out to be positive since the last 3 days. And again, stock futures looks out to be slightly negative because the long unwinding has been more and the short covering has been less. So yes, And let's talk about the options. And yes, from the retail you will see that on net basis there is almost 88,000 lots of calls bought and 70,000 lots of puts sold. That's what we can see here. But yes, again, once again, I would like to reiterate that this was an expiry. So just take these numbers with a pinch of salt, and don't try to make any concrete decision based on just this particular data. So yes, this is our analysis for today, and I hope you enjoyed this particular video. If you ask for my personal opinion, the rally that has been in the markets has been too euphoric, and a correction is pending. It's for sure pending. And even if you observe a 10% correction from the top, which is 16,700, we should roughly land somewhere around 15,000, and that would be a healthy correction for this bull run to continue. The investment opportunities in India are, of course, quite bright, and that's why the FIIs are heavily investing in India. So, long term perspective, there should not be any concern as such. But yes, in the short term, correction is pending, and that should come. And even if you have a look at the monthly RSI for Nifty, that has been 76. And going by the history, whenever the RSI has come to such euphoric levels, you have seen that in the coming months we have observed a really good correction in Nifty. So yes, this is our analysis for today. I hope you enjoyed this particular video. If you did, please consider pressing the like button, and if you are new here and coming here for the first time, subscribe to this channel for more such content. Thank you so much for sticking around till the end. Have a good day. Take care and bye bye.